If you're not watching Chad and JT go deep, you should be. These guys are hilarious. They've been around for a long time now. They're actually quite young. But the first time I saw something by them, they did they were going around to, I don't know if they're still doing it, but they were going around to city councils doing weird stuff. One of the city council, the first one they did is where they live, which was San Clemente. And they both gave speeches about why we needed to have a Paul Walker statue in San Clemente. Um, I might be able to pull that up for you too. But this is hilarious. I had already heard about this story from one of the other live streamers. Um, but it's just so funny the way he tells it. It's so good.
Hold on a second. Ariana Grande's having an affair with who? Let's find out today on Chad's Hot Goss. Alright, first off, we got Ariana Grande, international pop star, upcoming star of the new movie Wicked, and she's playing freaking Glinda. Alright, then we got Ethan Slater, pretty massive theater dude. He's the star of Broadway's SpongeBob SquarePants. He's also in the Wicked movie. I think he's playing an Oompa Loompa. Okay, so here's the sitch. So up until recently, Ariana was married to this...
How do you go from this guy to the ginger? Like, how does this happen?
LA luxury real estate agent Dalton Gomez. And up until even more recently, Eth was married for 4 years to his high school sweetheart, Lily J, and they just had a baby boy. So it looks like the drama really started to start when Eth and Ari were seen cupcaking the shit out of each other on set, just playing games like pin the tail on Ethan's ass. And they were like spending one-on-one time with each other, just going to each other's trailers and hitting up the freaking goo lagoon and just playing tonsil hockey with each other at Michelle Yeoh's Oscar Rager, just really being subtle about it. Now, I don't want to speculate here, but it sounds like he took a trip to her bikini bottom and slapped some Krabby Patties on her ass with a side of tartar sauce, if you know what I'm saying, Daddy. Now, what's even more muffed up is that before this news broke, Ariana and Ethan were doing freaking double dates with each other's former spouses right before this broke. So they were being all buddy-buddy, even though they knew that she was taking trips to SpongeBob's pants and saying what up to Patrick and making him jizz all over the place. Now, the real hog jam in all of this is that Lily J, SpongeBob's ex, stuck with this dude through the early theater years, which is serious commitment if you ask me. And then once he hits it big, he's all like, thank you, next. It's like, not cool, Eth. And not to throw shade on Ariana, because she's cranked out some bangers in the past few years, but it kind of seems like she likes to bone dudes in relationships, which I think is referenced in the pretty subtle song title, Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored, which if you really look into it, has a hidden meaning there. Either way, I hope everyone is able to find their respective stoke. And that's going to be it for another episode of Chad's Hot Goss. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll catch you on another freaking Goss thing sometime. Alright.
Oh my god, these guys are hilarious. Well, I mean, yeah, it looks bad. There's a lot of, it seems like during the pandemic years, as I think we will call them forever, people started getting crazy about relationships, right? There were a lot of breakups, there were a lot of hookups, and I don't know that we're entirely out of that sort of mentality yet. But there were a lot of people who were like, well, if I'm going to be stuck with you, I want to marry you. Or there are people who generally had breaks from their partners during the day because they would go to work. And a lot of people were working at home now or got laid off, who then were spending more time with their significant other and realized that they couldn't really tolerate them. Domestic violence also was increased during the pandemic because people were getting, like people who have a tendency towards that were feeling more triggered to lash out, basically. So it's a bit sad. But I did hear that a lot of people actually hooked up into new relationships during the pandemic. I know I did. But it was like tail end after we were like all vaccinated and shit. It's a little hard to be like, yeah, I'm gonna kiss you without knowing whether or not, like, you have to do a little more vetting now, right? You're not anti-vax, right? Like, you got vaccinated? Okay, I got vaccinated too. All right, so we're solid? Yeah, yeah, okay. All right, we can move forward. Let's go.